Hey guys, it's Amy at the Crafty Cottage. How are you all doing? I am sorry I look a little ragged this morning. Um, we had a little incident last night, sometime in the night. Some folks were out rummaging through our vehicles, checking for cash, weapons, whatever. So we got woken up this morning by my daughter, and we had to go talk to the police, check our vehicles. I'm looking a little mess, so I just threw on some clothes, brushed my hair, brushed my teeth, and here I am. So today we're going to work with the Snowflake Splendor, um, Snowflake Splendor suite. It is in the catalog. Can't find my catalog. It always eludes me when I want it, of course. So I don't know what page it's on. It's in the catalog. It's a wonderful, wonderful suite. It has lots of DSP, and I love it. We're going to work with the DSP today, and we're going to work with a few gnomes, and we're going to use the stitch nested dies in our cards today. So I have chosen to do this for the North Carolina demonstrator friends as well. So I'm going to be rebroadcasting this on Saturday morning for 9:45. I don't know why I picked that time. But anyway, 9:45, 10:15, I'll be doing this again. So yay me! So I'm waiting for a few folks to get on here. I have one. Hi, good morning. How are you? If you could leave me some comments, that would be awesome. And I can say hello. I'm waiting for those to go through. I'm not sure if it will. I think I'll actually pull it up on my phone so we can actually see if they come up there. So bear with me a second so I can pull up my Facebook on my phone because, that way I can watch my live. It's a one. Leave me some comments. But that would be excuse awesome. The noise. I have to I can turn the volume off. I can see hello. I'm waiting for this. There, volume's off. Now I can actually see your comments as well. I'll leave this sitting here. Hopefully I'll be able to see it. Here we go. Okay, so hi everybody. I hope you're well and you're doing good. I'm tired. I woke up out of a dream, a really deep dream. So, and then we've got school starting for the grandkids, and Alexander has issues, and they had him doing half days last year last year until they just stopped because of COVID. So he never really got to get past the half days. So we're starting with half days again this year. So one of his half days will be on Thursday, and he'll get off at 10:30, right in the middle of my broadcast. So I don't know if that means I will switch my times or if I will switch my days altogether. So be on the lookout for any information on that. So my days may go to like Wednesday instead of Thursday and or Saturdays. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. I'm going to look and see how it goes as far as when you all prefer and when my accounts are live and I have the most activity, because that will tell me when you all are available. So anyway, I'm going to flip it down and we're going to get started so you can actually see what we're going to do and not look at my ugly mug. So give me a second. Let me take this off. Just got to remember how to do it. Here we go. Desktop. Okay, there we go. Now we're on the bottom. And this is what we're going to do. This one is one that I did, and I'm not going to show you how to do this one today. This is a beautiful card. I used, Tamara Davis makes a template that helps you do wreaths and with any kind of stamp that you have. So I did the background. You see these purple snowflakes in the bottom there? Those are actually done with a, I guess it's a template that she made. And I have made the wreath that way. And then I went back and put snowflakes on top of it. So there was multiple layers. And then I did a circle in the center and popped it up. It's really all I did. And then I did some sponging with some Balmy Blue. And it's literally Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and Highland Heather on Whisper White with a touch of iridescent Snowflake Splendor ribbon. And then I've embossed the Highland Heather cardstock in the background, and that's it. That's all. Oops, that's all I've done to this card. It's really simple. I'm not going to show you how to do it, but I will link to her template in the blog post, so you can have an idea of how to use that. I was going to see if there was anything pretty on the inside, but there is not on this one. But I hope you like it. I love this one. My husband actually says this is his favorite. And then we're going to work on a very simple one. This is a very, very simple card. It's using DSP and your dies with the Snowflake Splendor. Super simple card, stamps, dies, and a piece of DSP. That's it. And of course, I have done the inside with just a little bit of DSP and a snowflake. So, and then we're going to do this one as long as time allows, and I'll show you how to make this lovely little banner here. Well, it's not a banner. This, I don't know what it is. It's really cute though. It comes in your Snowflake Splendor dies. There's so many snowflakes, and I love the way this one came out. I mean, I love my gnomes. That's just my thing, my gnomes. So we're going to do that one. And then these are just two of the other cards I've done. I've done this one as a live as well. Super simple, making different watercolored snowflakes. And then I did this one last week with the watercolor snowflakes and some of that poinsettia plush DSP along with the Snowflake Splendor DSP. I know I really need to put it down and move on to some fall stuff, but I just can't. These are some of my favorite colors. So I'm going to put these two aside and let's go ahead and get started. Hi, Sherry. I see you're here. How are you? Again, we're doing a gnome. I hope you like the gnome, Sherry. So we're going to do this one first so you can see how to do this one. This one's super simple. With this one, you will need, I have a base of, let's see, 4 1/4. Well, actually, it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Scored at 4 1/4. That's it. It's thick Whisper White cardstock. That's for your base. And then I have a piece of Highland Heather, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is going to be embossed with our, no, this is not embossed. This one's not embossed at all. And then we are going to have a piece of the DSP that is embossed, and with the snowflake, you can't really see it now, but with the snowflake cut out of it. This is one of the dies in the Snowflake Splendor suite. Let's see, out of this one. And it's this big die right here. This one right here. This die will cut out that lovely little pretty piece. And we're going to just take that. And now on this one, I have one piece behind it, just to give it a little bit more dimension. I don't really think you need that one. And I have embossed this with the embossing folder. That's all this stuff. With this embossing folder, I have embossed it already. So this measures 4 by 5 1/4. So that's what you're going to need for the DSP. And you really could use any flavors of this, but if you wanted, I like the purple and the Highland Heather with the balmy blue and the coastal cabana. I like those colors. So we're just going to lay this on top with some glue, and we're going to put some snowflakes on it and stamp a sentiment. And that's really it with this one. It's really simple. So let me get my glue out. So you've got this, I'm not embossing it because I did that early for you, so we would have time to do more than one card. And I know it's really terrible because I look at this DSP and I see all these pretty papers. I mean, this is the background of that paper, and I love it. I don't really want to use it all because now I'm not going to get to use this kind. So the good thing is you get 2 sheets of each flavor. So you can have one this way and one the other way. And I don't know, I always find that I tend to like the other side more and use it more. So, oh well, it's okay. It'll be all right. So we're just going to lay this down. That looks so pretty. And it's got all that detail in there. Just splendid. Okay, and then I have my piece of Whisper White. It is cut at 4 1/4 by 1 inch strictly. And I left it kind of big because I wasn't sure how big I wanted it to be. And I have stamped in Gorgeous Grape. Move these out of the way. Oh, and here's my hostess code if you need it this month. And if you spend $35, you get a set of gemstones. And if you spend more than that, I'll send you a card kit to make it's kind of a folly card using a lot of DSP. No stamped sentiments because I'm not allowed to send stamped images without a completed card. So we're gonna actually need my phone for this because this is a polymer. They do better when they're on foam. So we're just gonna stamp this on this piece of Whisper White, just like that. Super simple. And you can trim it out to fit however you want. You could go straight across. I actually made mine a little shorter, so I'm going to take my little snips and trim it. That's it. I'm not doing any fancy little punches or anything like that. Just trimming it off. So it comes out to be 1, 2, 3 1/4 inches. I mean, you could cut it to 1 3 1/4. That's up to you. I just had a piece of cardstock left over. So that's what I've done. And I'm going to have this here, and I am going to punch this up. But before I punch it up, I'm going to put some of this iridescent, this Snowflake Splendor ribbon on there. Now, I don't want a whole lot, and I'm really not happy with the way this came out. So I'm not sure what I'll do. Probably not too much different. And I do use regular glue on this, the glue runner. So it holds it in place without me having to wait for dry time. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape runner in the center just to hold my ribbon down. And I'm going to make sure that it's hooked out. Kind of want to put it towards where I want it to be so I can see where I need to trim it. And I can trim it again if I need to. And I'm going to have 2 pieces on here. Trying to get it just right. There we go. That's a little better. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals. And I don't know where my big fat ones went. Here they are. Dimensionals. I have them hiding everywhere. And we'll put some on the ribbon so that we're sure it sticks. So I hope everyone's doing well. Again, not looking forward to school for the kids. They are, but they're not all at the same time, if that makes sense. You know, no kid really wants to go back to school. My grandkids are no different. They're like, no, we like summer. I'm like, yes, summer's been 9 months, guys. You don't get any more of that. I'm also going to use some of my blue, they're called blue adhesive dots. They're gorgeous. And I have a whole bunch of, where'd they go? I have a bunch of stuff cut here so I can use it. Here they are. They're hiding. I have my snowflakes here. I'm going to use one little one. And I'm going to use a big, these are done in the balmy blue glimmer paper. And I've got a bunch of little pieces here that need to be poked out. And I know I have a pick tool. My pick tool's on the other table. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to put this here in the middle with some glue and put a dimensional on it, or not a dimensional, a gem to make it nice and pretty. Just a little bit of glue. You don't need a whole lot. I like them to look like they're poking out. I know it kind of takes up some of that dimension and detail in the middle of this, but I still think it's a fabulous little. And then I'm going to use a dark blue one and put that right there in the middle. And then we're going to stick this little guy. We're just going to stick him back here. trying to get him so that he can go underneath, but my dimensionals are in the way. So he's just going to have to be like that. And a little tiny one on him. And I'm going to do another little tiny dimensional over here. Got to get cat hair out of the way. Here we go. And that's it for that card. It's a very simple card. Nothing fancy about it. Now I did do this snowflake a little higher than I did this one. And this is also a little higher. So then you're just going to take this and put it right on your card base that you have made. And that's it. Fold it in half, varnish it, and you're good to go. Here's my bone folder. Because I do use a thick Whisper White cardstock. Thank you, Sherry, for pointing that out to me, that our Whisper White, regular Whisper White, is not very thick. And you're right, it just doesn't make the card look like a real, or feel like a real decent card. Like you hold it and you go, yes, that's handmade. So I changed. All thanks to my customer, Sherry. Woohoo! All right. Let's see here. So is anybody doing any virtual crafting events? I don't know, and I'm debating on whether I should do a crafting event. And if I did, would you come? All right, there you go. There's card number 1. Isn't it pretty? I love it. Took us less than 10 minutes to do this. Isn't it gorgeous? All right, I'm going to put that one aside, and we're going to get on to our gnome card. Our gnome card is pretty simple as well. We're going to take your regular base, which is 5.5 by 8 1/4, or 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then you're going to take a piece of DSP, which this is just a regular piece of DSP. It's 4 1/4 by 5.5, or no, 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to take a piece of Coastal Cabana, and this is the regular 5 1/4, or 5.5 by 4 1/4. I'm getting very tongue-tied this morning. It's probably lack of sleep. Now this piece of DSP will be embossed as well with the Snowflake Splendor, or the Winter Snow embossing folder, which I've done here. Those are just going to go just like this. I mean, you're not going to do anything fancy with that. It's just going to be glued on. Then you're going to make this little piece here. Let me show you how to make that. You're going to take a piece of Coastal Cabana, and I believe it measures 3 by 5 to make this. And you're going to use the largest arrow. I'm finding it. I saved them. The nested arrow, or I don't know what they call these, but we're going to use this one. It's the stitch nested dies. You're going to cut one of these out in Coastal Cabana, the largest one we have. And then you're going to take that, so this is your die, then you're going to take that and you're going to put this other die from this die here from the So Many Snowflakes, and it will cut it out just like this. That goes right inside here, and you get this after that. So it goes like this. You can't do it at once. I tried doing them at once, but this actual ends of the die for the So Many Snowflakes, it actually cuts into some of the border, which is what we use our snowflakes over here to hide some of that. But it still looks cute without it, so that's up to you. But I just thought this was a fun way to use that die. And you have this little piece, which, I mean, it kind of looks like snowflakes, but I really don't know what to do with that. You come up with a good idea and let me know. So anyway, we're going to have this piece here. I need to get some of these little pieces out. Again, my pick tool is on the other table. I didn't bring it, and I'm not going to leave you again. No. All right, let's see. Get all these little die pieces out. It's the problem with snowflakes. There's so many little pieces, but I love them. They're so pretty. Okay. There we go. Get them off of here. And I finally have a bag to put all my crumbs in. Woohoo! So we're going to just place this in the center. Let me go ahead and glue this down. because we're not going to have any extra. I forgot to get a toothpick today. Darn it. We'll have to show you how I made my little stick. It's probably easier to do with a toothpick, but I did not have one. And I was going to go check at my daughter's house, and I never did. And I was up there this morning, and I forgot about it because I was still half asleep. But that's okay. We'll do a workaround. Oh, just show you that. Uh-oh. That's why I like glue, because I can never get it centered. And I still don't think it's all that centered, but it's all right. This way. Here we go. Now this I put up with, when I put this on, I use lots of my edges of my dimensional so that it could sit up. And we're going to color our little gnome. The gnome sets are really adorable. I know you've seen me use them before because I love my gnomes. I can't get over them. And we're going to use the little guy with the snowflake hat. He's just cute. And he goes with the Snowflake Splendor, I mean, doesn't he? So let's put this out of my way. And we're going to use, I'm going to use some dark palmy or dark Bermuda Bay on the edge of the cut. And then I'm going to color it in with some Pool Party. And a little on the edge over here. Okay. And we're going to use this Pool Party. I'm going to use the dark Pool Party and to blend this in. And just keep going over this Bermuda Bay. My Pool Party is getting dry. I need to refill it or buy a new one. Let me try the other side. Much better. So I'm just going to keep heavily going over the edges and filling it in so that it lightens it up. See how much better that looks? And it gives him a nice bright spot on his hat. He's so cute. I am using the Misty Moonlight for his shoes. I'm just going to color them in. And then I'm going to come back in and put a little bit of dark on where those shadows should be. There we go. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing his clothes and that kind of thing. I just want to give him a nice, cute little, I want to show off that hat. There we go. And I'm doing soft suede for his hair. I'm using the light soft suede. And his mustache. Of course, he could have a darker mustache if he wanted. Or he could have a gray mustache. He could be all white if you wanted him to, like Santa. That's entirely up to you. And I'm going to come in here and color his beard so that I can find his clothes when I'm ready. His clothes are right along those lines and very little of his clothes to color that in. And then I'm just going to go really heavy in spots and just use the light so that you can make him really pretty. Hi, Shanna. How are you? It's a long time no see. And Connie, nice to see you. Hope you all are having a great day. Get this gnome all colored up. So are you guys doing live events? I am not. I have not done one yet. I'm not sure if I will like them. Trying to see if anybody is commenting. I just see Shanna and Connie are here. All right. Got his beard done. Now I'm going to go back in with the dark Bermuda Bay again. And I'm just going to color his clothes. Just this little smidge. Gotta do that shirt. There we go. And his skin is done in dark Pool Party or dark petal pink. Got his nose, his eyes, and his hands. go. And then I did his little bell in silver. Now I also have a silver Wink Stella, which I think would be great. Oh, you can see my gray is drying out. A silver Wink Stella would probably be the bomb. So there we go. All right, our little gnome is ready to go on. He's going to go up with some dimensionals. And now the rest is going to be super easy. So I'm going to get them together and we'll do the pole and the sentiment last. So let's get some dimensionals on this. Now I like to put the strip on. I got to make sure I'm not getting it on the edge. Yes, I am. So I got to trim that off. God, I love these dimensionals. Using the skinny side of this one. There we go. And some at the bottom. And I try to put a lot at the bottom where I'm going to have the other snowflakes at, so it gives it a little bit of leverage to hold on to. So I'm going to put this down here. And of course, I have a cat here that decided to show up. If any of you have cats, you know all about that. I know Shanna does. Shanna, you got cats? How's your kitty cats doing? Here we go. I think that should be enough. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Oop, I got a little edge poking out over here. Let's get rid of that. Put these on. And I need you all to vote on the next live and what it will be. If you would like fall cards. If you would like fall cards, let me know so I can get some ideas going for you. Right here in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to sit my gnome up right in the center. If the paper will come off. I have nails, but they don't seem to be working these days. I'm going to put him right in the middle. So the snowflake over his head. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is put some snowflakes on. I have plenty of them cut. Some of my snowflakes I like to put, like on this one, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a shimmer on it. And I do that with the glimmer, well, it's not glimmer mist, it's the frost paint shimmer, frost shimmer paint, and I spritz it with alcohol, put it in a container, and spritz my snowflakes. So the big ones are going to come down to the bottom. I'm going to layer that with some of my, let's see, where does this one go? This one will go up here. This one. And I should have some more. Yes, I do. I have a couple more. I'm using the Balmy Blue Glimmer paper as well. This one will go here. And then I have another little one that'll go over here. So we just have a lot of snowflakes going on, and I actually noticed I have this on crooked. It'll be all right. So if you get that one in the mail, don't be sad. It's okay. Okay, so I didn't bring a piece of Whisper White with me. Shame on me. Let me get a piece of Whisper White to do that banner. I have this right here. Nope, that's the card base. Card base. I know I have a piece over here. All right, here we go. Got a piece right here. So set it away, and I'm going to stamp. I literally only did a quarter. Let me get my cutting blade. Oh, that's sad, Sherry. You lost all your babies. But you know, I think I remember you telling me about you losing your kitty cats. So sad. All right, I have, this is literally 1/4 of an inch wide, and I'm gonna stamp our little gnome, a little Christmas wish, in the misty moonlight because it goes with the color in the background. I know it kind of blends. You could stamp it in any color you want, really. Okay, and that, I just worried the wish sometimes comes out really thick, so I'm stamping it off a couple of different times to make sure it's going to be all right. And it's hard to see if you get it right in the middle. Oh, good, we did perfect. Woo! Perfect little Christmas wish. Now I'm going to leave it big until I get ready to put it on so I can see how much I need to trim and where I need to trim. And I'm going to put dimensionals on this guy. I'm using our mini dimensionals on this, and I'm probably going to double layer it depending on how my stick goes. No, I don't want to put them on yet until I know how big it's going to be. Okay, so what I've used for my little stick, let me see if I can find some thin paper. I usually have scraps up here, but I don't right now. The scraps I have are really thick. I don't want thick for this. All right, I'm going to go get a thin piece of scrap. Okay. I wanted to get the thin whisper white for this because you really don't want it to be too big. See, this is probably about 1.5 inches. So let's see. Go. And you're going to literally roll it like you would for rolling your roses and stuff. I'm trying to find my tool. Here we go. I'm going to use one of these little tools right here. You would do it for quilling. And literally, I'm just going to roll my stick up. And you don't have to make it all that long. I mean, this is pretty fat, so I'll probably trim it down. Yeah, it'll be all right. Might be a little shorter than I was hoping for, but it's all right. So it doesn't really matter how big or how small it is. It's really up to you. A toothpick would work much better than this, but this is what I got. So I'm going to roll it up, and then I'm going to glue a little bit of it down. Let's see, where's my glue? Here's my glue. My hair's tickling me in the nose. Put some more light on the subject. It might be better. Oh. Ah, there we go. Glue's out finally. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit. There. Got it tight, and I'm rolling it in my fingers so that it stays. Now while it's on there, I'm going to take my saffron, or not saffron, my suede, and I'm going to color it. This is soft suede. I'm just coloring the whole thing so that it is at least looking like a stick. And being that the glue went everywhere on it, it's giving lots of little different dimensional color to it, which is good. I like that. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to put this, flatten it out a little bit, so I can put some glue on it to put on my cardstock. Color this up a little bit more. Yeah. All right, I'm going to put this in the middle, a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to kind of let that dry for a few minutes before I put it on. But while it's like that, I'm going to put my dimensionals on, and I'm going to double layer them. I have this problem of kitty hair. My Romeo has been sitting on top of me when I leave for the day, and I come into the crafty cottage, when I come back, he's sitting on my chest for hours. Last night he was on my chest for probably a good 2 hours, and it wouldn't really even let me watch the news. I was like, dude, I love you, but come on. He was doing it this morning, like, don't leave, Mom, don't leave, Mom, you've already been gone once. Couldn't even drink my coffee this morning. It was ridiculous. All right, there we go. Now that I've got all that done, I'm going to go ahead and trim my Christmas wish. Or a little Christmas wish. And I'm going to take him. Of course, none of my snowflakes. Actually, I think we're going to let this dry a few minutes before we attach it. We'll attach our snowflakes first. Get all of these little pieces out. This one takes a little more time because it's a little more detailed. Just going to put some snowflakes everywhere. Get all these tools out of the way. I end up working in a mess. Always do. Always have. The girls up here in North Carolina kind of make fun of me. They're hilarious. You're a messy crafter. Yes, I am. I'll be happy to vacuum before I leave. But that's all right. They haven't made me vacuum yet. And, I would be more than happy to. That's why I have a vacuum in my craft room, just for that reason. Make these go off a little bit. And this one's got a little shimmer to it, so it'll be kind of cool. I don't know if you can really see the shimmer or not on this one. I'll pull it up to you again so you can see it in just a second. And then some more glimmer, and then we'll put in some glimmer dots. And I don't put a lot of glue on these. You really don't need it. Can you see the shimmer on that on this one right here? There's a little bit of shimmer. I like to use that shimmer. Okay, and where's my glue dots? Here they are, my dimensionals. Here we go. The problem with glue on my fingers, everything sticks to them. There we go. And with a little extra glue on the actual snowflake, it sticks to it as well. There we go. All right, those are all done. So now we just need to put our little Christmas wish in, which is still a little damp, but we're going to try. So I'm going to take off the little dimensional covers, if I can get them off, because my fingers are so sticky right now. There we go. Let's get this other one off. There we go. And I'm going to put it right by his little hand. Lift his little hand up a little bit. And there. There you go. Now all you have to do is put this on your card base, and that's it. Voila. He's done. And I did put an extra snowflake over here, but I don't think I still have an extra snowflake. So we'll just miss out on the extra snowflake. Isn't it fun? What you guys think? I think they're lovely. I love them all. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's Facebook Live. Let me get you back up here so you can see my ugly mug. And I will see you next Thursday. Be on the lookout to find out if I'm going to have to change my Facebook Live day. With the grandson starting school next week, he will be going to school on Thursday. So I don't know what we're going to do yet. We'll talk about that this weekend with Mom and Dad, and I'll let you know whether we're going to go early or whether we're going to go later, or whether we're going to just do a different day altogether. If you all have a preference that would work for you, please send me a message or respond to this post and let me know. Be happy to accommodate. And as always, if I continue to do them, they're still here. You can watch whenever you want. So you all have a wonderful day. Remember, there's a hostess code out. It is TZSBZR7X for our hostess code this month. $35 purchase gets you a pack of the red rhinestones for your holiday cards. And if you do a $75 to $100 purchase as well, I will send you card kits. So I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye, Sherry, Shanna, and Connie. Have a great day, ladies.